A lot of people think they know what realtors do. We just unlock doors, let you in a house and let you look around. But we do a lot more than that. And today I want to get into what people think agents do versus what we actually do. And we're going to get started right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is All Things Tennessee. I'm Ben Barreto, real estate agent with Wallace Real Estate here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And today, we're going to talk about what agents do. And if you've ever worked with a real estate agent, you probably think you know what we do. We unlock doors, we walk through houses. We do those things, but we do a lot more too. Today, we're going to walk through some of the biggest misconceptions about real estate agents and what the job actually looks like in the real world. So let's get into it. Misconception 1 is realtors just show houses. One of the biggest misconceptions is that agents spend their days just showing homes. Now, yes, showing homes is a part of our job, but honestly, that's maybe like 5 to 10% of the work in a transaction. The rest of the job looks more like writing contracts, negotiating offers, coordinating inspections, dealing with lenders, reviewing appraisals, keeping in communication with the title company, managing deadlines, solving problems when something inevitably does go sideways or come up, keeping our clients calm, educating them, helping them make the right decisions for themselves and their families. And listen, something always goes sideways. A lot of times the real job of an agent is simply keeping the deal alive while everyone else is panicking around them like the world is burning down. Think of it less like unlocking doors and more like a project management for one of the biggest financial transactions of a person's life. Another misconception is realtors decide what a house is worth. If it was like that, it would make our jobs a lot easier. I wish I had the power to just say, hey, this house is worth $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. In reality, the market determines value, and the buyers pay what they think the value is. Not agents, and not sellers even. What realtors actually do is analyze recent comparable sales, current active listings, local market trends, inventory levels, buyer demand, and then we use that data to recommend a price range. But if the market says a house is worth $400,000, calling it $475,000 doesn't magically make buyers agree with you. The market is always the final judge. And trust me, it's not interested in anyone's feelings, any seller's comments, or anything like that. Or even a real estate agent's opinion on price. If you watch a lot of top agent shows and stuff like that, you think realtors make huge amounts of money at every single deal. This is not true. One big idea that agents make massive money is because they see this stuff on TV. A lot of people hear something like 6% commission, and 6% of a $400,000 sale is a good amount of money, and assume the listing agent just gets all that money. But that's not how it works. How it actually works is that commission is typically split. The buyer agent and the listing agent split it, and then they go back to their brokerages. Their brokerages take a piece, and then the agent has what's left over, and they got to take 25% of that, put it in taxes, because we pay our own taxes. And then, after that, we have some money to use to keep our business going and to feed our family. Then besides that, there's MLS fees, licensing fees, we have to carry insurance, there's continued education. So all that money just doesn't go in our pockets and we're going like to the Bahamas, drinking Mai Tais, having a good time. By the time it all gets sorted out, the number looks very different than what people think. And usually it may add up to somewhere around 0.5% to 1% of a sales price. And that's before factoring in something else people don't see. Agents often spend months working with clients before a deal closes, and sometimes years, and they don't always get that client to the closing table. That's a lot of time invested in something that doesn't pay out at all. Before getting into the last couple tips, if you're thinking of moving to East Tennessee and you need a real estate agent and just have questions about the area not covered in this channel, hit me up. My contact information is below. Also, make sure to check out some of my other videos on tips when it comes to real estate, like this last one, what sellers do before putting a house on the market that's costing them money. And also, while you're here, make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, another thing is realtors control the deal. Like, agents think we control, not agents, but people think realtors control the deal. That's another misconception, and whether a deal goes through is not up to an agent. We definitely guide the process, we try to negotiate, we try to help people make decisions, but we don't control anything. A lot of things have to go right for a real estate transaction to close. Financial approval, inspections, appraisals, title work, negotiating between buyers and sellers, trying to get their wants and needs, which are usually opposite, to find a middle ground. Sometimes everything goes perfectly and a sale can just be really smooth and it's like, man, that was nothing. Other times, A home inspection uncovers something that makes everyone suddenly nervous, or finances weren't what the buyer thought they were going to be. Whatever the case is, not every deal, most deals are not smooth, and most of them can cause the buyer and seller and the agents want to pull their hair out. Realtors work wherever they want. One of the funny myths about real estate is that agents have flexible schedules. Technically, that is true. We do work for ourselves. No one's telling us to clock in, clock out. We can work whenever we want and wherever we want in the area that we work in. It just happens that clients want to see homes when they're not at work, or on the weekends and on the holidays. So the schedule usually ends up looking something like Monday night showings, Saturday afternoon showings, Sunday open houses or showings, taking phone calls after 5:30 all the way up until 9 p.m., occasionally answering text messages at 3:30 in the morning. Hey, can I see this house tomorrow? Hey, why haven't I heard from you? Things like that. And then you take into account that we still have a business to run and we have to keep a pipeline of potential buyers and sellers as full as possible. So we're constantly on the phone, constantly networking, constantly putting marketing out, trying to get people to give us a call. So yes, realtors do show houses, but the real job is much more about negotiation, strategy, market analysis, keeping complicated transactions moving forward, and trying to keep our clients calm and collected throughout that process. Listen, if you're buying or selling or you have questions about the process, give me a shout. It doesn't matter where you are in the country. I'm happy to talk to you or connect you with someone in your area that can talk to you. If you enjoy learning about real estate, moving to East Tennessee, or just want some advice about buying and selling homes, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you have questions again about real estate, drop it in the comments below or contact me. Contact information is in the description. There's a good chance it might turn into another video. Hey, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.